Oh, you haven't seen it?
I've seen it online. I haven't seen it in person. I've seen this crash multiple times because everybody likes to film that. How was it? Is that one of the things you guys did yesterday?
We literally did that and we left, actually. We didn't end up saying. That's why I made burgers twice, because we were going to eat just some of, like, not that the food was gourmet, but we were just going to have, like, the chili cheese fries and, like, the hot dog, because it's Walt's special chili.
Oh, that's an Animal Kingdom?
I'm sure it's at other parks, but yeah, it was at, I mean, they advertised it as being over there, Restaurant
I knew it was at
Orest.
Magic Kingdom, but I didn't know it was. Okay.
But, yeah, we ended up, we didn't stay, we ended up leaving
Okay.
right after that.
Well, I'm glad I didn't join you and you were already gone.
Well, if you would have joined us, then we would have
I know.
stayed.
I couldn't do that to Mookshoe. I was like, it's already been like, those were very long days for him.
Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful, like 70 degrees outside. It doesn't feel very humid. We get ready to run around Grand Floridian and the Poly. I'd really love to be able to go all the way over the Contemporary, but it's just like, I feel like it's going to be a pain to try to go through security twice. But maybe not. The whole filming thing, you know? And it is Saturday, and Donald's back. Ready?
Yep. Good morning.
Morning. Becky, Magical Mom, it's all in WDW, Resort Budgeting, Lisa. Oh, see if my watch worked. You know what? My watch was not working on Thursday.
Thank you.
It was, I did outdoor run, but it was not tracking any mileage. It was just tracking time.
That's weird.
And I think it's going to do it again.
How can you tell?
Because it just does this the whole time. Like it doesn't actually do an average or show height or anything like that. It just does time. 1 second, everybody, because I would like to track my mileage.
Mine's good. Mine is the fact that we're not moving.
Oh, and yours has like your heart rate on it? I can't get mine to show any of that stuff. This is also very frustrating.
Did it used to?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you changed something. In the settings.
I mean, I'm sure I probably did. I'm sure that it's not. Would never directly be Apple's fault.
Well, they've got the different things you can swipe through, too.
What the heck? There it is. Sorry, everybody. No sound. There should be plenty of sound.
Show them that beautiful sunlight.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice, beautiful sunrise coming up. That's like one of the best things about running down here in the wintertime, especially around the resorts, is that you can get a nice little sunrise in the morning without oh my gosh. I'm sure Taylor will probably jump on. So Taylor's actually with us today. Well, she's not with us running, but she's over at the Poly because Taylor's doing a photo session this morning, which I was technically going to do, but I was like, well, maybe I could go run, and since Taylor's around, maybe she'll take the photos. So we switched. Well, not really. I just asked her if she wouldn't mind doing the photo session so I could run.
It's gonna be beautiful for 5 minutes and it's gonna go.
Yep. And it's gonna be hot.
No.
Nice and humid. So good morning, everybody. If for some reason it's your first time joining on this live stream, we are today Donald and I are doing a 10K, kind of a little Run Disney training type of deal. I think we could both officially say that we haven't done enough. And I've told you guys I'm signed up for Wine and Dine, but guess what? I have now forced Donald to also sign up for the Wine and Dine Challenge, which means he'll be running the 10K and the half in like 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? It might be 3. I think it's 3 still. Yeah, so Dragon Master Foundation, which is who I am always running for charity for. Oh boy, it's early. Had some extra bibs, and it was kind of like a use them or lose them. So Donald took one of those, and now instead of running his first half for Disney, January it'll be in next month, a couple weeks.
Why bother training? Just do
exactly. It's a great rule to live by.
That is terrible running advice. Don't follow it. Stay tuned to see what happens.
Morning. So, yeah. And I guess Donald actually got to see the routes for Wine and Dine. I have not looked at those yet.
There's definitely something exciting about looking at a map and seeing that you're running through parks. Or just property in general.
Yes. More property than we normally get to run, I think, for a 10K at least. So the half still went all the way up World Drive into Magic Kingdom and back.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so?
I didn't know what I was looking at for the start. Where it starts, I was like, where is that?
Okay.
The finish, I got.
We'll have to take a look.
Yeah.
Holland WDW, you guys are rock stars. You'll knock those runs out. Thank you. Jennifer, good morning. Oh. Here now over at the Poly. We started the Grand Flow this morning. See if we'll see Taylor. There she is. Taylor's getting ready to do a whole sesh. Beep beep.
Oh,
hi.
Oh.
Now I know why.
So Taylor's doing a little engagement session.
Obviously, they know about it.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Now, we'll say I would never yell out beep beep like that to just normal people. Kind of rude, but we knew, we don't know them, but they know us, and I know Taylor, so it's fine. All right, that's tracking on there, so that's good. Look at that sunrise coming up. All the colors. It's looking beautiful. All right, so if you guys are thinking about running at the Poly, again, all the resorts have a official kind of running route that you can follow. Most of them are not very long, so I know I say this often, but you know, feel free to kind of make your own route, explore the resort a little more, and you know, I think it makes it just an overall better experience, because then you're not necessarily seeing the same things over and over and over again. All right. Looks beautiful. Anthony, just watched your video from Cali. Really cool, thank you. I've like probably put too much time in that video, but Levy Vlogs. Hi Josh, just watching the mischievous just watching the puppy, and now you two. Oh, such a cute little puppy you guys have. Almost makes us want to get another dog.
We watch you on YouTube. We love you guys, you and your wife.
Oh, thank you so much.
Are you running today?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. You're so inspirational.
Oh, thank you so much.
Food reviews are awesome.
Thank you. Resort budgeting. Fun fact. I actually rollerblade skated through Hollywood Studios and Epcot World Showcase back in 2006 when they were doing that series. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
That's interesting. I don't know how I would feel about Hollywood Studios, Epcot, World Showcase. Okay, I guess as long as you're not like going by the two, like going through the two, because the boardwalk would be awful on blades. Taking you on my 75-meter Power Zone ride. Ah, very cool. Rick, good morning from Indiana. Courtney, has Disney released the route for Wine and Dine? So, yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but Donald said that he saw it on Instagram,
But
right?
It wasn't on the Run Disney page. It was on the Run Disney team page, which is fandom. But they released it yesterday.
Oh, okay. So the Run Disney fan kind of team page released their route. So don't know if it's actually official. But I mean, like, usually I feel like the marathon usually is, they take a little bit longer to release that. Usually it's like a week or two out. I don't know if that's like security reasons and it's a bigger event, but, I mean, if it's not official yet, it should be out like really any day. I know it's like one of the things that I'm always looking forward to is seeing the route. So if you guys want to maybe Google that real quick and let us know, then that way, because I would just be interested to know. Every so often Disney does kind of, you know, shift their running routes, right? I know I complain about it all the time about how they changed the 2020 route for the marathon to go through Epcot, which I think was a disaster. But for the most part, besides Star Wars, which they're not doing anymore, all the half marathons start in Epcot and go out to Magic Kingdom and back.
The half marathons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they start kind of like out on, I'm trying to think of what that road is called.
The one that's under construction?
No,
Yeah, that one.
the other Epcot road coming from like maybe 535 or something like that. But anyways, they actually closed down that whole road. They put everybody out there in the corrals, and you start there and make your way out to World Drive. From there, go north through Magic Kingdom and back. All right. Trying Trying to read comments this morning is really difficult for me for some reason. Do you have a GoPro hooked up? Nope. So I apologize if it's a little bouncy. I feel like extra out of breath this morning. And so I'm probably like moving my arm all over the place. But just streaming on the iPhone. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, maybe Googling that real quick, see if the official running route is or has been released. Should be right on the Run Disney website under Wine and Dine. The medals look super cool.
And the villains.
Yeah. And again, probably not gonna have any like real up close meet and greet. But I would assume that there will be like socially distanced ones, I hope. So I was talking to Donald a little bit about it, where what we'll probably do is something that Taylor and I always do, where I kind of sprint ahead and get in line, and by the time Taylor or Donald would catch up, it would be like we might have like 3 or 4 people in front of us grab the photo and then go. So not really losing any time, because I'm making up that time by waiting in line, if that makes sense to everybody. Might not, but.
Is that through PhotoPass or is that on your own?
That's normally through PhotoPass.
Okay.
So. Do you need a magic band? No, you do not. So how they do it is through facial recognition and your bib number.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we go and pick up our bibs, so here's another thing for you guys. If you've never done a Run Disney event before, you're wondering about the photos, I'm going to stop and walk for a second. If you're going to get photos, what they do is when you pick your bib up, they have a PhotoPass guy there, a couple of them, or girl, and you basically stand in front of, I don't think it's a green screen wall, but they basically have a wall that you stand in front of, and you hold your bib right up underneath your chin, so it shows your name and your number. They take that photo, they put it into the system, and you know, AI goes to work with facial recognition. And so when you run through the race, because they have PhotoPass guys all over the place snapping photos, most of the time they're not very what's the word I'm looking for, flattering, because they're just kind of like rattling them off as quickly as they can.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do that of everybody. But basically you'll be able to, there's like another website you can go to and download them all. I think that's how it worked. So
Are the bibs not chipped then?
the bibs are chipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause in New York they would do it.
They're time chipped.
Chipped.
Yeah.
So the photos would come up basically.
I mean, that might be that too. That might be part of it.
I never had a flattering picture from like the New York customer.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I know for me, there's been times where I can see a guy up ahead, and so like, I'm like trying to do something. They will never, it's like they almost never switch to take pictures of me, and it's just like this dude all the way on the other side, he's like, oh, that guy's posing, but not for me, let me take his photo. I mean, I love candid shots, but sometimes the candid shots aren't really good candid shots when they're from the wrong angle, but
Yeah, I don't have any good running pictures. Not action pictures.
Christina, good morning from the Poly. Sad going home today. Oh, that is sad. Sorry to hear that. Circus Bear, morning. Stream looks good, thank you. Jennifer, virtual high fives. Everyone in Disney tag. Just high fives, everyone in Disney. Sorry. I'm having a difficult time reading this morning. Should probably get that checked out. We started skating at ESPN and skated down the main road to the parks. Olympic speed skater Joey Mantia was inline skating then and was competing. Oh, wow. Val, good morning. All right, good?
Yeah. Runner Val?
Runner Val. I tried to get him to bite on another bib, but he said he couldn't do it.
You wanted him to run twice?
Yeah.
I mean, he's fast enough.
Oh yeah, he'd be walking circles around us. He'd be walking circles around me during the marathon, that's for sure.
Maybe Val could be my stunt double for one of these.
You just do the important parts, like
To start and
like start off, and then you jump into a taxi or lift up to Magic Kingdom and let Val do that long haul.
Yeah.
And then you run through Magic Kingdom, get all the cool photos. And then as we come back out towards over here behind Grand Floridian, you jump back in the car and Val jumps back out.
Perfect. Does that work for you, Val?
Oh, they're having a little event over here today. I wonder, this is probably for a wedding or something.
That's what I was wondering.
That's cool. There's a cool event that you can do. Morning. Morning.
No judgment. But they were not dressed very wedding-like.
Maybe like a
Pre.
or after.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Saturday, but Disney does weddings every day at crazy times. So
Kind of almost overnight.
you never know. I am like really struggling this morning. I am not sure why. Maps are up on Run Disney. House starts at Magic Kingdom parking lot.
Okay.
Whoa, does it go through all the parks? Because normally when it starts in Magic Kingdom, it goes through all the parks. Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot. Sorry, I don't know what my deal is today. Are we running too fast? I feel like I'm running too fast. Hanging out with Mike. Did you drink too much last night? I did not. Contrary to popular belief of people on Facebook and Instagram who see a lot of Taylor and I's photos, especially of us doing our boomerang cheers and occasionally having cocktails, we don't really drink that often. So only if we're like having like going out for dinner or a special event. I think the only time that we were like consistently drinking would have been when we were doing the Copycat series. And it was like every weekend making a cocktail, and usually had more than one, but they were good and it was cheap. It wasn't Disney prices, you know. When you make them at home, it's a little different.
It's like a 3-for-1 deal.
Yeah. Go ahead and grab yourself a cupcake after this run. No way.
Please.
I can't. I'm gonna stop at Publix and get a bowl of mixed fruit.
Ew.
Replenish my hanging out with Mike. Why did you stop the Copycat series? That's a great question. So we paused the series. Number one is because when we were doing them was what, like Friday nights or Saturday nights? When were we doing them? Saturdays?
Meals or Saturdays?
Yeah. So we were pretty much doing them on Saturdays. And as Taylor and I started to move into the summer months, we weren't really going to have time to do that. And Adam, sorry, I don't know why I just blanked on Adam's name. Adam was taking a job up in like Maine as a chef for a summer camp. So up in Maine, where he was at, there was not really any service, and their Wi-Fi network wasn't very good either. So it just wasn't going to be feasible for us to do one. I think Adam's been working on some menus and potentially starting it back maybe next month. So if you are interested in that, it will be coming back at some point. I don't know that Taylor and I will always be on there because our schedule is just so crazy. It's hard for us to say, you know, every Friday or every Saturday, doesn't matter what day, we'll be there for it. Because Taylor and I are, you know, we're still trying to run a business. And so sometimes, you know, we've got photo sessions or a wedding or something like that. It just, we can't do it. So, but, or if you're talking about the actual drinks for Copycat, the way that I like to film those, which is with like a lot of B-roll, is hard for me to do by myself. And with Taylor, still working full time, it was just hard to like make it work. So, but I mean, if you guys are interested, you know, leave a comment or send us a message, send us an email, you know, what you're interested in having us do, and we could probably try to do, you know, another couple of cocktails or food items.
What would have to weekly?
Well, that's true.
Month or something.
I mean, I think for consistency's sake, it's always nice to try and do it weekly, but, you know, definitely something we could do like maybe once a month or something, twice a month. You know, we just started back our podcast, which was a total disaster to start with, earlier this week, because we haven't done it in so long, and trying to get all the software right and microphones and the video, you know, and we finally got it. But I mean, that's going to be something else that's going to be sporadic. So did Taylor and I transition to JTR Media full time? No. I have gone to that, but it's not just that. It's, you know, still trying to occasionally upload videos for you guys on YouTube, and then also helping out with our travel agency, Gold Go Getaway. So we are co-owners of the travel agency, and so, you know, that's something else that takes up some of our time. On top of YouTube and JTR Media. So I'm doing that pretty much full time now. And Taylor is still working full time as a nurse. She's doing a photo session this morning. She's editing photos. So busy bees. Leafy vlogs occasionally. Sorry, I was just rambling a lot, so I'm not sure what you mean by occasionally.
Maybe the drinks. Cocktail.
Maybe. That's a new road right there or something. Or maybe not anything. It might just be for their equipment to get back into Magic Kingdom. Oh my goodness. 82 people are hanging out in the live stream. So thank you guys for hanging out with us as we begin to make our way back to the Grand Floridian and then back to the Poly. We are doing a 5K here around the resorts. And, 10K. 10K. See, I'm all over the place today. I did have coffee this morning. But I didn't get to drink it all, so I'm a little fuzzy, so to speak. Miranda, you're getting me motivated to get my 10 miles started. awesome.
10 miles. Ooh.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Should go run 10 miles tomorrow. That's what I need to do.
Is that where we should? That's probably about where we should be at this point, right? For wine and dine.
I mean, probably more than likely. I think
The week
usually
before, it's basically nothing.
Yeah, usually if you go by the Run Disney training program, usually they try to get you up to, you know, if you're doing the marathon, usually like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks before, they're trying to get you up to actually running a marathon on your own, so that you're totally ready for it. I think it's the same way with the half. Like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before, you should be running like an entire half. That way, you know, your body can make it and do all those things. But I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever, definitely not for the marathon, I've never ran 26.2 miles on my own.
For a half marathon, the most I've ever done in training, I think, is up to 11. No, like that's it. If you can do that, you're good for the day of.
Yeah,
I haven't done a full one before.
It's I'm so worried, especially for marathon weekend, because it's dopey. You got the 5K, 10K half and the full. I am so worried running up into that weekend of, number one, overtraining, which, well, let's be honest, I never train enough, but I'm so worried of getting an injury, because it is a lot, especially to do it back to back and with little sleep. So I always get really worried about that. So I usually almost never run that much in those weeks leading up to it, which is probably bad. But I think the most that I've done outside of the actual event was probably about 20 miles. So almost a 10K short of needing to go the full thing. Disney Wildlife.
I think also, too, you run regularly throughout the year, so you're in shape for it. And I think a lot of times those training programs are also set for someone who's never done it to make sure they're ready.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of it is, you're probably right, designed more for kind of like the beginner entry level. I would still consider myself very novice, because these are really the only events that I do, and I still don't run enough for them. But I mean, if you're ever, anybody out there that's watching and listening, I mean, if you're remotely interested in running a half marathon, if you can just get yourself up to doing like maybe 3 miles Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then like a 10K on Saturday, I don't want to say guaranteed, but like ideally you should be totally fine to finish. Not super fast, but definitely ahead of the balloon lady, so you won't get swept. Because the thing about Run Disney events is that they're really for more. It's more about just having a good time and having fun. So it's not anywhere near as serious as Pittsburgh or New York or Miami, which are all still great events. People are still out and cheering for you and all those things, but the atmosphere is just not the same.
It's a race.
Those are races, and by all means, I mean, I don't have anything against people who come down and try to race marathon weekend for Boston times, but like ideally it's not really designed for that.
Good morning.
I mean, I've talked to runners who don't get there in time, really by their own mistake, and they start all the way in the back in the last corral, and then they're kind of like upset because they can't run as quickly as they want to. But I mean, you almost can't when it comes to being in the back of the corral, because there's almost no space for you to actually like get out away from people and get ahead of the group. You end up hitting so many bottleneck areas that if you're really trying to run hard and sprint, you're probably going to roll an ankle or get hurt because you're stepping off of the road and you're running in the grass, you know. That's why I always try to say, if you're looking to do Run Disney, it's a great one to start with. Always have fun at Disney and save beating your PR for, you know, other events. Pittsburgh, New York, Miami, any major city that has a, you know, marathoner. Yeah, I mean, literally anywhere. Oh, there we go. I think I got my wind back. Now I feel better. I thought that's what that said, but I couldn't read it.
Yeah. Best birthday ever.
I'll let this guy go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. He's hustling a little bit more than we are. On the WDW, these videos are just fantastically motivating. Thank you. I'm pretty sure I say this like every week, or at least every time we do these, because it hasn't been every week. The motivation goes both ways. I'm glad that it inspires all of you out there to get out and run and be a little bit more active, but it definitely goes back the other way towards me, especially when you guys are here. You know, it kind of gives me a reason to get up and go. You know, funny enough, Wednesday night when Taylor and I went to go see No Time to Die, we went to the 10 o'clock showing.
You went to the 10 o'clock show?
Because it was the last one they had in the Dolby. And then it left. It's not in the Dolby anymore. So, we went to the 10 o'clock showing, which didn't start till 10:30. We didn't get home till like 1:30. And Taylor said, she's like, don't you dare think about skipping out and running in the morning. She's like, you will get up and go. And I did. I told everybody I would be there, so there I was, and now here I am.
Time 35.
Well, yeah, 3 miles now. Is that where you're at?
Seconds.
Are you a little ahead?
3.
Okay.
Pace 11:46.
Yeah, so we're not even running that fast. All right, take a little walk.
So you saw No Time to Die, and you choose to tell me when you're live on camera.
I know, I'm sorry.
Respond professionally.
I know. Donald really wanted to go see it too, but I was trying to convince Taylor to go. We only really like to see stuff in the Dolby
Amen.
with AMC because it's
Here.
with your A-list. You might as well just get like the most expensive seating to make it worth your money every month. So we went. It's a good movie. For some reason, I think the critics are taking it a little bit less so, but I thought it was really good. Val says, such a relaxed environment during their runs. Yeah, Run Disney is, I mean, unless you're like the elite guys and gals that are all the way up at the front in Corral A, and even so in B, I'm sure for them it's still relaxed too, even though they're sprinting hardcore. But just overall, it's just, I mean, my goodness, when you go up into Magic Kingdom, oh, it's amazing. It's so nice.
Did Val ever respond about my stunt double idea?
He might have, and I might have missed it in the comments. Jay says you should run around all the resorts as a POV. I mean, I think we have done pretty much all of the resorts. If you mean doing a POV as in like me not talking, I'm not sure that would ever happen.
Think of how peaceful that would be.
Oh, wow. Well, guys, tell Donald it's been nice having him on the runs.
We could just put music over it.
That's true. So, well, speaking of doing a POV, what I'm thinking about doing, which is I won't talk during that, at least for the 10K, I will probably, if Disney will allow me, because Disney is sometimes, you know, I mean, I'm not going to buck the horse on that one. What I'm going to probably try to do is take the A7 III and, hey, look, there's Taylor. Is take the A7 III and put it on our big gimbal and literally run the 10K holding it, so that you guys can get a really clean version of the 10K POV, and have it to run with. So.
I can hear you when you make the corner at the wedding pavilion.
Oh, could you?
Yes.
I can't help that
Can
I'm.
you hold the weight for that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did so when I did in 2020 when I did the marathon,
Yeah.
I had 2 gimbals with me. I had my original one that I had been using,
Yep.
that got all wet that day, and then I had another one that was similar to this, that a company sent us to like try out. I don't know if I ever made a video about it because it was like really poorly made.
Sure.
But I started out with that gimbal because it was super light, pretty much just plastic. And I think I made it over halfway, almost to Blizzard Beach, and it died. And so then I had to switch and put that metal one on. And at the time, man, after running that far and trying to hold that thing, it was like, oh my gosh, it's heavy. So
Why I wondered.
So I won't have that one because I don't have it. It'll be my Crane 2, which is the bigger gimbal made to hold the mirrorless cameras. That is significantly heavier. So I think I should be fine. I mean, it's only
for the 10K.
it's only a 10K. So, but I think it'd be nice. I think everybody would enjoy that, to see the characters and, you know, try to get up and you know, have something clean, because people were wanting me to live stream, but I think we're going to be so tight knit with all the other people right there that it probably won't be feasible to do that.
And is that for wine and dine, or you're thinking of doing that for
For both of them, for all of them.
Okay.
So, like, I'll do that for when we hit Dopey. I'll do that for the 5K and the 10K,
Okay.
and then I'll live stream the half and the full. For wine and dine, I'll just do that for the 10, and then live stream the half. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you can get like a group of people together for any of these events, because let's be honest, the one of the best things about Run Disney is getting to meet the characters. So I'm really hoping with Wine and Dine, because it's like a villain themed, that we're gonna have some great characters to hopefully meet with, even though it'll be socially distanced. Hopefully we can do that. But what I would say is, if you can get a group together, what you should do is alternate taking turns running ahead, getting in line for characters, and then as the rest of your group approaches, you've already waited that amount of time in line, so everybody just jumps right in, you can get your photos, and then you can get out. And then as you're starting to approach the next one, you know, somebody else goes off, sprints up, gets in line. You know, it just, what it does is it helps you to not lose time during the race, because somebody's eating that time in line already for you by sprinting ahead. And that's what I usually always do with Taylor, especially for Maleficent, because it's a super long line. So that's what I was saying earlier. That's probably what Donald and I will probably do. And then that way, oh wait, we're going this way. Look, he's
As the queen or as the dragon?
Maleficent as like, well, she's not a queen.
Well,
The fairy. Is that what she is? Whatever, yeah, whatever. As a person.
as a, yeah,
Whatever she is.
an esque
Demigod,
witch. I don't know.
demon, whatever.
I didn't know if you meant they brought the whole dragon float out.
Oh, no. Well, sometimes when you run through Magic Kingdom and you get in that backstage area, they will have some of those floats out. So you can, and they'll have some photo pass photographers there, and you can stop and get a picture in front of the float. I think I just saw a question about doing bar crawl with Nate and Jackie for Halloween and Christmas. I think I was talking about this the other day in the live stream. Yeah, we had talked about doing it, and I think it'd be like sometime like next week, maybe. So I'll have to reach back out to them and see if their schedules are available to do so. Man, I am just tanked this morning. I have no energy. Just have that like consistent burn right in your abdomen. Oh, good feeling. Oh yeah, they already have Christmas stars up on Sunset Boulevard. Yeah. Josh and Jenna were over there yesterday, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, I guess they don't ever put Halloween stuff up over there, so not that big of a deal, trying to get ahead of the game so they're not being rushed to do that later. But you know, still a little early. As early as Walmart has their trees up in July.
Lowe's has had theirs up for a while.
Or Lowe's. So thoughts on the Pocket Osmo? Much easier to carry. So true. Yeah, however, while like when you, so here's like some camera mechanics that some people might not think about. And this is just like stuff that you learn as you get into like video production and stuff. Ideally, you actually don't want something that is super, super light, especially when you're doing something like running. Because if I'm carrying the Osmo, right, I haven't used it, but I'm going to just assume that this is what it's going to look like. If I'm using the Osmo, I'm going to be going like this, okay? Because it's so light, it's easy for me to just kind of like throw it in my hand. So if you want something that's a little bit heavier, I actually would prefer if this gimbal was a little heavier, like my old one, that was all metal, because then what happens is it helps you to balance a lot of that movement. And you can kind of leave the camera almost at the same plane and just kind of swing your arm below it, and it almost looks like the camera doesn't move. So I actually think that the Osmo would probably not be a good device to use to live stream. Even though like they have their like hyperlapse thing or whatever, like there's really only so much that you can do in post, and there's only so much the software can really do when it comes to having like that kind of movement. So, which is, I've been trying to find an original Zhiyun crane, ever since the first one, I threw it away because it got all wet. Because that thing was just such a workhorse, all metal. It was heavy, but not too heavy, kind of just like right in the middle. And I think if you probably go back and watch those older streams and then watch these newer ones with this newer gimbal, I think you'll probably see a little bit more bounce in the picture of this one than you would see in the older ones. And that's just because the other thing too is that the arm is not as long, which also helps to balance out some of that movement, but it's just not as heavy. So, oh my gosh, 4 miles down, 2.6, wait, what? No, 2.2 to go. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place today. 2.2 to go. See where Taylor's at up here. Taking her photos. Yeah, Val says, interesting, that's why you're the professional. I don't know how I'd call myself the professional, but, you know, big cinema cameras, those guys have to wear these, like, super heavy, like, machines on their body so that when they run, that camera is perfectly smooth, almost no bounce. It is, it's pretty crazy. Super heavy, but now the other thing with this, the iPhone has a pretty good gyroscope in there for the lens. So that does help to minimize a little bit of the bounce. But still, heavier is usually better if you're trying to get some steady video. I think I'm gonna start getting donuts like Friday night, and I'll just have a donut in the morning. Just so that way I'm just burning off glucose in my bloodstream. Should help with a little bit of energy. This does not feel good. I'll stop and walk up here once we hit the shade. Oh, but maybe let this guy go. Oh.
Pausing workout.
All right, never mind. He wants to chase us down.
Resuming workout.
Is this a premiere or is this live? This is live. Pocket 2 was great for, was great as far as the camera goes. Live streaming was terrible. Yeah, I think the other thing with the Osmo, I don't think you can do direct streaming with that. At least not that I remember, because I thought I looked into that. And I don't think you could actually live stream with it. Still creeping along back there behind us. Wish he would have just went around us. Oh, you have to tether it to your Wi-Fi or to your phone. Yeah, I can see that. That probably makes the streaming probably not very good. It's especially for an event like this where you've got, the marathon typically has about 25,000 people. I don't know that that'll be the case this year. I would assume that might be cut in half. I don't know. I mean, they're letting everybody pack into Magic Kingdom, on Main Street and in the hub and watch the fireworks.
I was going to say, I don't know that it's really that reduced, if at all.
So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, liquid IV and drink on the way to the running location. That's a good idea, too.
A what?
Like a liquid IV. It's like a...
Like the back
yeah. No, not... it's like a mix.
Oh.
You can like... We bought a bunch of stuff when we went out to California. I was actually trying to find it last night. I don't know what I did with it.
I need to get some goos. I haven't had any in a long time.
Oh, I need to buy some, too. I gotta order some lemon limes.
Yep.
There's Taylor out there doing a photo session. Shout out to us, JTR Media, if you're looking to have a event captured or celebration, engagement, proposal. We just did a proposal almost 2 weeks ago now. Taylor just sent out the photos. Fantastic. Looks amazing. Weddings.
Vacation memories,
of course.
Just because you're feeling yourself.
Yeah, we got a video session coming up for a family in February. I want to say, where I think we're going to do some video and photo for them and kind of capture their day at Magic Kingdom and having fun. You can head to www.jtr.media. Find all the information there. Side stitch stuff is usually linked to hydration. So I don't have a side stitch. I just have like a laziness burn in my abdomen. As in haven't been running as often as I need to. And it just has like that kind of probably like lack of oxygen. I'm not breathing enough because I'm talking a lot while we're running. So it's probably more of that. I haven't had a side stitch in...
Morning.
Oh man, I don't think I've had a side stitch in a long time, actually.
Knock on wood.
Which is kind of surprising, yeah. I should start running with my camel pack though. Get used to carrying a little bit of weight.
Is that the backpack one?
That's yeah. That's the one that I had for marathon weekend. It's a desert sand camo, military grade camel pack. And that's what I had to carry the gimbals with. They didn't put any water in there. Actually, I think I distinctly remember the security guard being like, isn't there supposed to be water in here? He's like, isn't this a camel pack? I was like, yeah. I was like, but they got plenty of water out there on the course. I'll be fine. Also could be the food that I ate yesterday. I had burgers last night for dinner. Homemade smash burgers. Oh my gosh, they were fantastic. Oh, they were so good. Hey. Probably what it is. Red meat's harder to process. I know. I keep trying to cut red meat out. Like, I'd love to just totally cut it out of my diet, but God, there's just those days where it's just like a burger. It's just so juicy and decadent. You got the melty American cheese. Oh, and the toasted bun. Oh my gosh. It's It's making me hungry. Think about it. God, I also had a bowl of cereal for the first time in like, I think almost 3 years.
You opened that box?
I opened the box of Captain Crunch.
Is it still good?
It's about 1.5 years old. Yeah, it was still good. Probably won't be now. But yeah, it wasn't last night. It was like earlier this week. It's like one of those things where it's been sitting in our pantry on the very top shelf, on top of other things, kind of out of reach. And every so often I just open up that pantry door and I just look in there and I look up and I say, someday I'm gonna eat you. And I finally did. I don't feel guilty about it. It was good. It was one bowl, and I stopped myself from eating anything more than that, because as you probably everybody knows, Captain Crunch is just straight sugar. So yeah. Hi guys. I gotta walk. We're running the wine and dine. We are running wine and dine. We were talking about that earlier. Doing 10K on Saturday and running the half marathon on Sunday. What's the black sling that you use? Black sling, I'm not sure what you mean. I'll bring my vest and carry your extras in it for the marathon. Thanks, Val. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'll have my own backpack. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Because I got to bring an extra gimbal with me. And I got to get a new one soon, so. Magic in Michigan says, I always go back for a second bowl. Most of the time, like in years past, I would have always gone back for a second bowl. Or you get a large enough bowl that holds at least 2 bowls worth of cereal, and that's how you do it. Then you don't have to go back for a second one. But I did not do that, luckily.
Time
5 miles.
seconds. Distance 5 miles.
Oh my gosh.
Pace
Thank
12
goodness.
per mile.
We've got 1.2 left. JS brand wide clips. I don't know. You'll have to start that question over. But yeah, so thank everybody. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. We have 1.25 miles roughly left to go, which I hate whenever we have to run past our starting point and then have to come back, which is probably what we'll have to do. We'll probably have to run over into the poly and then turn around and come back. I think I did turn off super chat so that you cannot super chat anymore. If you are so inclined to donate, there's a link in the description. All that money goes directly to Dragon Master Foundation to help children suffering from brain cancer, specifically DIPG, which is a very, very rare, very, very aggressive form of cancer. And oftentimes when those kids are diagnosed with that, they only maybe have a couple of months or so. And so the other thing that Dragon Master Foundation is doing is helping to help fund a new drug that has been showing very, very promising results and extending the lives of these kids for a couple of years in some instances. So they are making some really great results with the trials and things that are happening. So if you are so inclined to do so, There's a link in the description. Please donate. I think I've almost hit the goal for Wine and Dine. I think I'm about $100 short, which JTR Media may just donate that. So, but and then we've got to move into marathon, which, okay, so let's talk about this. Right, we've got 120 people on the stream right now. If you guys remember, during COVID, okay, I was trying to do some fundraising for Dragon Master Foundation. And so what did I do? If you guys remember, if you guys saw it, if you haven't, go to YouTube, type WDW Couple, and just like try to search something that has to do with me shaving my beard off, okay? Because what I did last time was I let my beard grow out really thick. It was really gross. And then I did a really purposefully poor job of shaving it off. And then I went into SeaWorld because it was the only park that was open, and kind of walked around with a misshaved beard. And then I shaved it off in the parking lot. Somebody's like, how why would you do that? It's just hair. It's going to blow away. So no big deal. Anyways, so I don't know how possible or feasible this is, but I figured with all of you on, it'd be a great time to just talk about it. I would really like to try and hit a pretty big goal this year for marathon weekend. And I know that we don't have that much time left, and usually it's better to fundraise throughout the entire year. But hear me out. If we can hit our goal, if we can hit the goal, I, Josh, the WDW Couple, will go skydiving on the East Coast over the Space Coast at the highest possible altitude in order to help save some kids. So, which is a pretty scary thing to do. I mean, how many people jump out of a plane, right? Not that many. All right. So, I'm going to start working on that this week and get it up, and you guys will see if we can hit the goal. Oh boy, I'll be presumably jumping out of a plane. Skydiving is awesome, yes. I've never done it before. I've always been interested in doing it. I think it'll be really cool. So that's going to be the next big thing. I felt like people were telling me I should grow my beard out and then shave it again, but I think it needs to be something a little bit more intense, like maybe where you see me you don't physically see me do it, but who knows? I might soil myself on the way down, which is bad for me. But think about the guy who has to be attached to me, because I can't jump out of the plane by myself, right? I have to do it in tandem because it's my first jump. Imagine being that guy. So I'm pretty excited for it, and we'll get the details out later this week. And if you guys would be interested in seeing that, I'm going to be trying to work with a company over on the East Coast who will kind of get all the video for us, and we can kind of put a video together for it. I don't know that they would ever let us live stream it. I think it'd be awesome to be able to live stream it. But if we could, that would be bomb.com too. So we'll see. It's pretty high up there. I can't remember. I did look at it to see how high the highest possible jump was. I don't know, maybe 20,000 feet or something like that. It's up there though. Yeah, it's making me nervous just thinking about it. I'm getting anxiety. But that'll be the next big thing. So you guys will see I'll be changing the link in the descriptions of the videos to match the new one for marathon weekend. And if you don't know what Dragon Master Foundation is, just Google search, go over there, check them out. Doing really, really great things. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of breath. Morning. 12,000 before you need oxygen. All right, well, maybe it's 12,000. But as high as up as they'll let me go, that's what I'm gonna do. Go big or go home, right? Go big or go home. All right, guys, so we are making our way back to the Grand Floridian. I think we're gonna have to run a little bit past it to hit our 10K marker. And yeah, another 10K down. Winding down is only a couple weeks away. Super exciting. Let's see what else. I mentioned earlier the podcast is back. What we called the weekly breakdown. The WDW Couple podcast, the weekly breakdown. I think that's been in hiatus for over a year. Have a new episode out this coming week. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet. If you guys have got thoughts and opinions of what you would like Taylor and I specifically to talk about, send us a message on Instagram. Don't send us messages on Facebook. We'll never see them. Instagram, you could maybe leave it in a comment on one of the videos. Send us an email. Hot topics are always the best. People really liked that I got fired up about Starbucks this week in Disney. So I don't think you saw that. I kind of went off on a rant that about the whole tea thing. I think I told you about that. Yeah, they won't just give me a cup of ice so I can pour my own tea into the cup of ice. They have to do it for me. And then I got to wait around for like 5 minutes for it to brew. Will we be doing cooking streams with Chef Adam again? Yes. We probably will not be on them every week like we were before because our schedule will not allow for that. It's just too much going on. But yes, we will definitely have them back. Anybody out there who is truly interested in doing those cooking classes again, please send us an email, the WDW Couple 1@gmail.com, or send us a message on Instagram or something and tell us what you think would be like the better day of the week to do that on. Did you like doing it on Saturdays? You want it on Fridays? During the week? Let us know. That way we can give you guys a better experience, so to speak. Oh, I like it. Jennifer says for every $1, Josh is 4 feet off the ground. So let's get him to 12,000 feet. I like it. I like it. That's pretty cool. Better make your goal and make it high. So, yes, absolutely.
What's the goal?
I haven't decided what the goal is yet. I don't know what the dollar amount should be. But it definitely should be up there. It should be pretty high. I don't want to dare say that I'm risking life and limb, but it is a voluntary jump. So let's not get confused about that. Nobody's forcing me to jump out of the plane.
Are you done yet?
Almost done. Sorry. Hi, guys.
Bye.
I guess the donors are kind of forcing us.
Well, I mean, I suppose in a sense, right? But nobody's like...
You're not being held against that.
Right. I mean, it's my idea. It's
Yeah.
my idea. I came up with it.
That's true.
So,
You're to blame.
Anything happens, it's mostly entirely on me. Or at least partially my fault for going in that direction.
So you'll be doing that after the marathon, I guess.
No, I think we'll probably do it before.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Or should I wait and do it afterwards?
That's kind of like the celebration of the whole thing. It's like the event.
So to do it before or do it after?
I would do it after.
Do it after? I just don't want to delay it too much.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I have to reach out and confirm an actual date first. I guess that's probably the best place for me to start. And then, yeah, which will all get done this week. So exciting.
The marathon's on Sunday, right?
Yes. Yes. It is on Sunday.
Like on Monday or Tuesday.
Whoa, definitely not that. No. If I'm going to do it after, it's got to be like a week after. I got to have a day to recover. I'll probably pass out if they put me in a plane and take me up. I just finished the marathon. It's like the next day, I'd pass out on the way down.
It might be better.
They get video footage of me and I'm like screaming and all of a sudden I just go limp. Jennifer, thanks for the distraction, Josh and Donald. Thank you. Oh, Val, let's listen. You are always trying to get me to do ultras. I don't think I can do an ultra. He says that there is a run somewhere in South Florida called the Skydive Ultra. Pam, good morning.
You start or end with a skydive?
I don't know.
I don't think I could run after one.
You run to the plane and then they take you up and
Yeah. I'd be a little shaky after, I think.
I mean, I'd have you already after the marathon. It's like you almost have no energy left in your legs. So I can't even imagine like getting in a plane, then coming down and you trying to catch yourself. Like you just hit the ground. Jump first and then run. Oh my gosh, no way. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad. That would be pretty cool though. How do they coordinate something like that?
So they jump and then
They jump and then they run. How do you coordinate that? Because like, surely there's got to be a lot of runners,
4 seconds. Distance 6 miles.
right? I mean,
12,
like how would you get so many people together to jump? Oh boy.
Finish this.
Yes. We've got a quarter mile left.
I feel like maybe if you ran after you jumped, you'd have a lot of adrenaline.
That's true.
You might run faster
That's true.
or short to hit.
But actually, that might be a bad thing, because if you're all like, hooked up on adrenaline, and then you burn up all that energy right at the start of your race.
I wouldn't go far.
You jump, you hit the ground. It's like, oh, I just ran the fastest I've ever ran. I just ran like 6-minute miles for like 3 miles, and then you have no energy left. Like that would be me.
Oh no, yeah.
I'd be totally gassed after that. Get a 5K in, and the fastest one I've ever ran, and then I'd be out of energy. Phil says it's a smaller event. He hasn't looked that far into it. He just did one down in Miami. I don't think there was that many people for it. Oh my gosh, hurry up. Hurry up and get there. Almost there. Oh, all right. You can now turn back. All right, guys. So we just finished our 10K run for today here at the Poly and Grand Flow. Certainly not the fastest we've ever run.
Pausing workout.
Oh, you're so loud.
Workout completed. Time.
Oh my gosh.
Hour. 17
Jennifer says, don't forget to stretch. Nico,
seconds.
I'm 2 weeks out from my marathon.
0.2
Is that the
average pace.
Marine Corps one you said that you were doing?
7 per mile.
Up there in the Northeast somewhere? Oh, Val, yeah, the skydive part is what he would not like at all if you remember the rock wall incident. So Val was, we first met Val and Amy on our group cruise that we did in 2020 in January. And they had a rock wall on, what was it, Harmony of the Seas? Is that the one we were on? And we all kind of climbed up there, and Val got up to the top, and then he wouldn't really let go. So I get that, a little scared, the heights thing, you know. Amy, great question. What do you use for editing your videos? Used to use Final Cut Pro, but I've now converted to Premiere Pro. So I went from using Apple software to Adobe. So I basically got tired of spending an arm and a leg for an Apple computer that within a couple of months would kind of lose power and not be able to handle all the editing. And I'd either have to upgrade or, you know, deal with it. And so I converted to a PC because at any point in time, I can always change my components out all by myself. It's not really that difficult. There is a little bit of skill involved, but that's all kind of stuff that you can learn. And so I just got a custom built PC. You know, I kind of jumped on the glowy computer bandwagon. Everybody's got their LEDs inside, and it's all lights up and everything. So I can switch out my components. If I need to upgrade a processor, I can upgrade my processor. Easily upgrade my RAM. I can upgrade my motherboard. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. So Adobe Premiere Pro. Oh, you have to do the marathon virtually. That's right. I remember you saying, was it like last week or something? I remember you saying that it got switched to being virtual.
Where was that?
Oh, the Marine Corps one is Washington, D.C.
Oh, I was going to say, nothing virtual before.
Yeah. Thanks for the stream. Always enjoy them, especially while doing my treadmill. Thank you for watching and hanging out. And thanks to everybody who's here and hanging out and watching. You know, whether you're jumping on the treadmill or the bike, following along, or you're sitting on the couch and having a cup of coffee, which is really where I would like to be. I kind of want to go home and take a nap, drink lots of water, have a Gatorade.
Coffee sounds nice.
I might actually go inside and
Good morning.
get a Gatorade or a Powerade. They don't have Gatorade here. Darn Coke products.
Coke products are the best. I'll push you into that lake. That's how you know Disney's part of heaven.
Oh, jeez.
They start serving Pepsi here, I'm gonna have questions.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Be on the lookout. I might do another live stream run this week, Tuesday or Thursday in the morning, which I know probably most of you will be at work, but
I will be at work.
feel free to take a break from your work and enjoy the views of the resorts. And yeah, once again, everybody, thanks for just hanging out again. If I give you guys any inspiration at all, or if Donald and I give you guys inspiration at all, just know that just by showing up and hanging out and watching, you're giving a tremendous load of inspiration back to us. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good one.